but then take it back over. Okay. Again, thanks for switching it up. I am double booked, so I'm going to kind of sneak out of here. So if there's any Qualtrics update on the team, will get back to me. I do have some of the updates for all of you. We are going to be gone next week. So I just kind of want to make sure that some of you do join our office hours. You also join possibly our one-on-one bookings. Just letting you know, our resources will be limited. There'll be slower delays. This is a rare occasion. This is not something we normally are there to support you. But again, I've said this in a couple bulletins. So this isn't the first time you should have heard this. I've said it in every office hour as well. This also does impact the reviews and approval process. Again, rare occasion. But again, I just want to inform you that will be very light next week, and there'll be normal delays. They're not normal delays, delays in the process. So again, that's just for next week only. So be aware of that. So please plan accordingly. If you have something that's urgent that needs to go through, please reach out to me directly, and we will get it through the best we can. More support pages. Again, I pride that we have 20 plus resources on the DX training page. We do have 2 new support pages for you. If you're reading the bulletins, every bi-monthly we send out bulletins, and one of the things that I am very excited to always post is the highlight stories. And so you'll find the highlight stories there. It's kind of a good record keeping. It is in dual places. It's obviously in the bulletins that we do post as well. But I think some of you are just struggling of what can we use Qualtrics for? And sometimes just seeing the use cases can help you find the art of the possible. So there's a purpose for this collective listing page of the highlight stories. This will be just continuing to grow. But I'm also finding that I'm already seeing crossovers. Agency A might want to do this. Well, then look at this use case. And so I think it's going to be a great resource for us as we continue to grow out of the evergreen stage into more. The other thing, I find that none of us have enough time, but one of us have the attention of maybe 2 minutes of training. That's kind of what I've also learned. So Qualtrics thought the same thing. They have this playlist with 2-minute training. And so I have used some of their playlists, and these are actually been already reused. And so I want to just be able to have a plethora of resources there for you. One, so I can easily say, hey, you want to know how to preview your survey, true example, and have other people test it. Guess what? I have a resource for that. So again, just trying to build off the platform to provide more resources. So again, check those out. Those will be in our publication on tomorrow. But again, I just wanted to give you kind of heads up. Again, we have all this information for you again. We have the weekly office hours. We are extending this to June 30th. So we will continue to keep the same daily cadence from 10 to 10:30 for Tuesdays office hours and usually we go an hour long, but we just say 10 to 10:30. We'll extend that to June 30th. We're just kind of making decisions at each quarter. The other Thursday office hour is 1 to 1:30, June 30th to 2026. So again, we have expanded that time frame as well. So more, same schedule, just an extension. And again, we're making decisions based off attendance. Again, the next comm will go out. If you haven't checked the past comms, I strongly encourage. Some of this stuff that I'm saying shouldn't be new news, some of it is, but we do have the bi-monthly newsletter that you can always check on our website. The other thing that we're extending, this has been very successful as well, is we want to give you that opportunity to have that one-on-one support. I know there's a lot of new maybe users coming into the platform with recent changes. You just need a fresh start. Where do I start? Or maybe I have this project. I don't know. I need more business requirements to provide you if Qualtrics is the best fit. This one-on-one session is great for strategizing. We get one Qualtrics rep on the call. We also sometimes, depending on the intake that we receive, is this worth having a brand admin on the call? This is where I really prefer, if you have a problem statement and you're not sure if Qualtrics is the fit, this is a great opportunity to start strategizing, maybe do some survey designing, or it could be more of a technical aspect. So just again, just great opportunities. Just want to remind you the support pages are there. I will say the month of March is slightly a little skim because of our rare things that are happening. We're gone next week, and then Qualtrics is actually coming into town the following week. So we're just really kind of a weird month of March, but I also feel like a lot of people are gone during spring break. So hopefully all that timing is okay. But I would say back in April, we'll be back on normal understanding. The other thing that I'm really excited about, this is just more for understanding. Some of you are into Qualtrics every day, and some of you are not. But you might see something in your Qualtrics platform, and you'll be like, I didn't make this. Why is this appearing? I just don't want you to panic and thinking that we're sharing information that we shouldn't be sharing. That's really kind of the reason why I'm mentioning this. This is one of our strategic goals, is to provide a dashboard and an Engage Studio. We do have the review and approval process. This is very important. This is where if you do want your surveys to be published, you do have to go through the DOM review process for security. And if you want help, we're there to help you out to make sure you're meeting the accessibility guidelines and et cetera. But then you're officially approved by your agency designee. Well, with that, you don't always know what your status of your survey in that process is. Also, you might not know how many surveys are being built under your agency. This is what we've been working on behind the scenes. And so you might see this new icon in your account in the next couple of days. You can look at it. It might not be set up correctly. So I'm not asking you to like, well, I can't have access. Well, that's the second part of the launch. This is just giving you visibility to let you know we're working on it and we're near launch stage. So anyway, just to kind of give you a sneak peek, since you guys are here, I'm going to give you the exciting news. The Engage Studio is just a way to find all the amazing resources that we have on the DX training. So just quick links, not all of them, not all 20 plus resources are on there, but the main navigation pages are there. Also, I can't emphasize enough, please submit tickets, submit a request through Service Desk Plus. Especially since I'm going to be gone next week, we do have a really good system within Service Desk Plus. So just quick links. But the highlighted news with that, the CX Engage Studio will be available to all users that have access to Qualtrics. You have to be logged in to see it. That's why it's going to be seen in your account. Okay, so I must have made 2 pages on that. Okay, moving on. So the other thing is the review. Good, I didn't catch that. Review and approval dashboard. That is where you will find a link in your CX Engage Studio. Again, not going to give you a training on this, but just high level. But there you'll find a dashboard within that same dashboard. You have the CX Engage Studio, then you have the review and approval process, and then some of you are my Qualtrics champions, and some of you are my approvers. You're going to have additional reports, all in one big thing. But not everybody's going to have visibility into all those things. So with that, you will then, I'm really excited about this, you will be able to then see your agency reviews. Where are they at? Like this one, for example, the DNR Trout, it's in testing stage right now. It's just sitting there as a docket. They're still working on it, and etc. So it's just things that you can see within here that you'll have some visibility of where does your agency, your survey sit in the review process? Is it waiting for an agency approver like this one right here? This will give you more visibility on your review. And then obviously we're going to expand it and have the agency approvers have more visibility into that as they are privy to that information. With that, more to come. Like I said, this is not a launch. I'm not going to go through it. I just really want you to understand there's something new in your platform and it's meant to be. So I just wanted to kind of give you that heads up. This is really intentional and purpose-driven plan, a strategic plan. This is one of our big milestones that we wanted to complete. And so we're just in the process of getting that. You can learn more. We do have some resources about this. So if you want to take a deeper dive, I'm just getting prepared for the full launch, but you can learn more about the CX Studios and the review dashboards there. And then I have updated how do I publish in Qualtrics. Again, more to come. So please don't email me and say, I don't see that in my in my platform. It's not there yet. It's just coming really, really, really soon. It might be by tomorrow, but again, not a full launch, just telling you that something's new is coming into your platform. So exciting news. We're excited to have this coming. Our team Basuda and our brand admins and Qualtrics have been working on this behind the scenes. And this is, again, you can tell my excitement, huge milestone. I think that's all I have. So I am going to pop up, but I will pause for a second since I'm still here. Is there any questions regarding anything I brought up regarding Qualtrics before I pop off? Okay. Well, if you do, feel free to jump into our office hours today. We have that. But other than that, I will give it back to Shireen and Suzanne. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you. Thank you, Suzanne, for letting me go. Bye.
Thanks. Thanks, Jessica. Are we in? Okay, I guess we're on bug fixes and enhancements. I thought Kevin's was next, but Dick's bug fixes and enhancements. Just a couple things this week. The hamburger menu issue, it was affecting where the hamburger menu was showing up when people didn't think it should be. It's mostly fixed. I hate to say, there's still a couple websites that are still having a little issues, and I think Lullabot is looking into that to see what's going on with those two particular sites. And that link icon to an outside link causing a misalignment in the menus where it was like instead of 2 lines in a menu, it was making 3 lines, and to anything that was off site, that from what we've seen, that has been fixed. The how-to and demonstrations, we're going to have a special guest this week, but first of all, we like you to submit tickets for any bug reports or help that you need, just because we could track it better then. And if we come across that same issue again, we can go back and say, okay, how did we fix this one? But Kevin Stein is here to show us how to submit a service desk ticket. Thanks, Kevin.
Yeah, glad to help out here. Kind of been some questions about where to route things and what should and shouldn't come over to the DX team and so forth. So just a few slides to kind of walk you through kind of best practices and hopefully make it a little easy for you to know where you want to direct requests when you do have something to submit to us. So you can go ahead to the next slide. And just a quick level set for everyone. Basically, the incident is for like problems, things that we're working that aren't, or issues that come up where it's like, this isn't doing what it's supposed to do. That use the incident track for those requests. On the service requests for changes that you want to make. So it isn't that something isn't working that should have been. It's like, I want to add this, or can we put this feature in, or I want some support for whatever, and then you'll pick that service catalog route. So just a basic level set there. And for most everything, it involves the digital experience team. When you get into that category selection, you're going to pick web services. And then subcategory, it's going to depend exactly what you're trying to do. You can see some of the options there that you typically will see. One hack, so to speak, that I always give to everyone is like, if you're like, I can't find what I want here, just grab that other option. See, like in subcategory down at the bottom there in this screenshot, just grab other. And then typically that's going to give you the option to then scroll through all the available groups so you can find who you want. Worst case, there usually is another other option even under the group. And there's, I know like for like, I work in Dom Do It and the infrastructure and support team, and I know we're hiring someone specifically to be able to put more time into managing the service desk tickets that come in and directing those to the right place. So I don't know if that position's been filled yet, but it's getting close. So worst case, just pick other and other and other wherever that's available, and it'll get at least into the queue so it can get to the right person. But typically you're going to pick for group Dom Do It websites and digital services. And yeah, Lisa just raised a good question, a good point. You may not see some of the same options. I see pretty much all the options because I work in the, in the infrastructure and support team. So if you don't see all the same options when you're going through the menu, it isn't that something's wrong. It just means I just have more of a super admin access, so you're probably seeing some things that you might not see otherwise, but look for these where you can, especially like web services. And then for this team with like Suzanne and Shireen and so forth that you're working with week to week, you're going to get to them through that Dom Do It websites and digital services option. So look for that whenever you can to get to them/us specifically, so we can help you with whatever is coming up for you. And you can go ahead and pop over to the next slide. Um, one thing I will throw in quick before, okay, at least point out I don't have that many choices. I apologize. I should have probably tried to grab some screenshots from someone who has more of the access you have. So I will say this: if you ever feel like, okay, I need to submit a ticket and I can't figure out where it is, you can always, if you have access to Messenger, you can always message me that way, and I will do whatever I can to help you direct things. Otherwise, worst case, you call your own help desk and have them help you figure out what options that you see you can use to get to us, and they'll know where to route those things over, so they can help you troubleshoot if you can't find what you're looking for and you can't get hold of me. You can use them as your backup, and they'll help you route it to the right place. One thing I did want to throw in as far as like, sorry, I'm just trying to get back over to my notes here. Popped in the wrong screen. One time where you still should use probably the incident option instead of the service request is if you have something that's tied to Gov Delivery. The only way you really can get to me as far as the Gov Delivery submissions is to use that incident route. And then if it's available in your menu, look for something, anything that says Gov Delivery, and pick that. And then you'll be able to get to the point that hopefully it will let you also pick me to send it to specifically. Again, if you don't see it, just keep using other whenever that's available to try to get it, at least get it so you can submit it, and then it'll get it to the right person. But you can try to run those through to me, and then I'll be glad to help you as soon as I can on that part. Let's see here. And then of course, just clicking on that add request button at the bottom once you actually have everything ready to go, and then it'll get to us. And the team is really good about looking at tickets usually within the hour, at least, to make sure it's getting to the right person and identified that where we need to go that route. So we try really hard to stay on top of those, at least get the ball rolling so that you're going to get supported with all of this. And let's see, anything else I want to show here? Oh, yes. And then as far as the service request route, you'll click on that service catalog option first, and then you can go ahead to the next screen for that. Hopefully you see what I see, which is if you scroll down, you look for the option that says web services, and that will get you to the DX team and to me for tickets where it's like, I want help with something, or I want to request this enhancement or whatever. That's going to be the best way to get to us. So you should see that option. If you don't, again, just pick the one that's closest to what you can find, and they'll get it reassigned over to us so we can support you on that. And I thought I had one more. There we go. Yeah, you can go ahead to the next slide there. So again, for like the DX team, like Suzanne and Shereen and so forth, you'll grab that option that says DX website support. If you're wanting to like add someone to, as a content manager, like publisher, editor, that sort of thing, then you're going to pick that bottom option that says website user account request, because that one will actually give you the option, and you can go ahead to the next screen there. It will actually let you pick, agency manager, writer, publisher, and so forth, so you can specify what role you want that person to have, and then make sure you give us the website address so that we know, some agencies have more than one website, and so if you can give us that specific URL, that helps us know exactly what site the person should have access to, so we can work with you on getting that set up. And if you have a question like, okay, I need to remind, like, okay, what's the difference between like editor or publisher or that type of thing? If you go to the DX training website and under that plan your website tab, there is an option that says authors and roles, and then it will describe to you what the difference is between those access levels, so that you can pick the option that's most applicable for your your group and your team to work with, and then we'll work with you to go through the process, get everyone set up, and get you to screen for the training and so forth, so that you're up to speed and everyone's fully empowered for whatever they need to do in that regard. And let's see, anything else here? That is really it as far as my portion. Do you have any questions for me at the moment, as far as like options to pick or feedback or anything else you want to share? Okay. If you think of something later, just message me, or if you can't get to me on Messenger, just email me, and I'll be glad to help you. We want to make this as easy and efficient for you as possible. So just let us know. We'll help wherever we can. I'll pass the baton back to the home team.
Thank you, Kevin. Shreen, did you want to take this?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and take it. Okay, housekeepings and reminders. I know I say this every single week, but repetition is power and knowledge, whatever. So don't forget, we have our DX YouTube channel. If you want to see any of like the recordings, we have our training recordings there. If if you have employees who might not be able to make the specific Tuesday trainings, we do have the whole DX course recordings within our little YouTube channel right there. And we also have the MSFW accessibility trainings. Those recordings are also there if you want to learn how to use a certain feature on the platform and you're feeling like, I don't want to people today, I want to talk to no one today. We do have video recording to where you can just go right there and it will show you how to use the platform. If you're like, I don't want to talk to anyone, how do I upload a document? That video is there for you within this playlist, as well as like our past content manager meeting recordings. That's also there. And the Qualtrics and recordings are also, why did I click that? Hold on. There we go. It's also there. Oh, is my camera away? There we are. Okay, so again, training opportunities, those are available. MSFW, they have the open office hours on Wednesday. Those ones are recorded, and then like we have a Google Drive link that has like the videos there. Since some of like the questions asked are like kind of like in-house, so we kind of try to keep that private. So if you want to see the office hour recordings, click on that link and it should have the link to the Google Drive that links to the office hour recording. And then our content manager open office hours on Thursdays, that's just the support open office hour. It's literally just me sitting there, and if you got a question or if you need help with something, you could just pop in and I'll be sitting there and I'll be there to help. And if you have nothing that you need help with, that's fine. But that is there for you guys on Thursdays at 1 p.m. And of course the Qualtrics open office hours as well. I want to have a link to our slide deck so you can actually like access all like the direct links if you're like, well, where's that? Where's all this stuff at? We have all of our links already hyperlinked right here, so you can just click on that. The training courses, the links to the past manager meetings, open office hour links, accessibility training links, and the office hour accessibility open thingamabob. That's right there for you too. Any questions? I'll give you guys 2 seconds. No? Okay. Back to you, Susan.
And this is just a quick reminder on accessibility that we're pretty close to that April 24th date. I hope you're working on your websites and your digital documents. You can go ahead, Shereen. And just a reminder of what digital documents are, and that we have a lot of good training resources and informational resources on the DX training website about how to go about some of the accessibility issues. And you might want to change pages from PDFs to HTML and how to do that. We're always available for help if you need that. Next slide, Shereen. And the archiving your documents, I see a lot of you that hadn't had any archived documents before now have some. That's just such a simple thing to do, is go in and click a button and your document is archived. And that way, if it's not going to be changed, it's something that isn't going to be changed, you can archive it and you don't have to remediate it. If you change the document and make it and unarchive it, you will have to remediate it. But if it's archived and not remediated, the only time you might have to provide a remediated document is if someone requests that. And this, on the DX training website, we have an entire tab dedicated to accessibility and inclusivity. Lots of resources on there. I have just started working on another page about screen readers, so I will be adding that today or tomorrow. And don't forget to check your Acquia Optimize reports, and you can, gives you a lot of tips and warnings and things you can improve on your web pages and your website. I think that might be the last one. Does anybody have any questions on anything at all that we covered today, or just a random question? No? Okay, Shereen, are you not even going to count down today?
No, I'm going to behave. I'll just let us all sit here awkwardly in silence.
Okay. Oh, can you review the bulk upload feature?
Whoa. You want me to do it?
No, do you want to do it?
Yeah, let me show you. Okay, hold on. How do I get out of here?
I don't think I can get to it fast enough.
That's fine. Okay. Boop. Don't look at my menu bar. Okay. Next, sandbox. Okay, so the bulk upload feature, this right here. Now, when you click on this, it does like have a link. Where is it? Well, it used to have a link that led to documentation about this, but apparently it's gone now. But anywho, doodles. So if you have, like, say you downloaded your report of all of your documents, from the report section, and the file name didn't change. By file name, let me just show you. Wrong section. Hold on. Just thinking. Oh my God. Okay. And then document. I'm just going to show you what I mean by file name. This is the media name. This is the media name, media title. When I say file name, I'm talking about like the actual file name, the blah, 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 dot PDF, whatever. So if the file names are the same, you download the report, you made your remediations and you did all the fixings, and you're like, I don't want to have to upload all this one by one. That's where the batch importing comes into play. You just need to make sure that the file names are the same, because the system's not going to be able to figure out where it's at. So that's the only thing that you need to keep in mind for the batch uploading of documents.
That was kind of batch. That's kind of batch replace, Shereen.
Batch replace.
Batch replace is when you're uploading a file with the same name to replace another document. Batch upload can be just uploading a bunch of new documents if you want to do them at once.
That's why the thing wasn't there. Okay, I'm sorry. I was thinking the wrong thing. Here's the link for the replace. Okay, so yeah, then the batch upload. I haven't learned about that. I want to try it. Give me a second. What happens if I upload these two things? I'm gonna try it.
This is really handy for if you have, like, let's say you want to upload several documents and apply all the same metadata to them. Like you want them to all have the same topic, or you want them to all have, other things like the same things, that you can upload them all at once and apply that all at once.
Ah, Yes, I see it. So yeah, if it all falls within like the same thing on my vibe, yeah, that's really cool. I'm gonna upload it to see what it looks like. Ooh, where's mine? Okay, this is the name of it. Test batch. Bat batch. Hold on. BATCH. Upload document. This is going to be my media item name. So those of you who are using the DX Sandbox, you guys can use this too if you want to like practice and stuff. Batch upload. Load a document to description. What is that? Display date. I don't care about any of that. Confirm and upload. Let's see what it looks like. Nuts! I guess I gotta add a date. Hold on. Man. Do that day and then that day and that day and that day. Let's see if it does it now. Nuts! Susan, I broke something. Okay. Hold on. Let me see if it did the thing. I wonder.
I think they get the idea.
You get the idea. So hopefully it works for you guys. And I'll just keep messing around with it. Usually I'm always breaking stuff.
Colleen
So.
says she wants to know a little more about batch replace. That's a good that would be a good thing to use when you have a bunch of or several to a batch of remediated documents that you now want to replace on your website. Let's say you sent them to Todd, they were sent to Alliant, they came back remediated, and now you need to replace them on your website. So you can do that, batch replace, but you can't change the file names. The file names have to match to replace, one-on-one kind of documents. There would be no reason that they would have changed, just don't change the names, I guess is what I'm trying to say there. Another question Betsy had was, will there be another audit of our website docs prior to April 24th? I'm not sure what you mean by audit. That's up to each agency to do. Can you clarify what you mean, Betsy?
I meant just auditing to make sure that our documents were meeting the accessibility standards.
Well, for documents, that would be remediating. So if you remediate.
I know. I just wanted to make sure that that I did them correctly, because I have remediated or archived almost everything. I think I've got 4 left on my website, and I just want to make sure that I properly remediated them and the new version is correct.
If you want to send, Shreen or I just 1 or 2 examples, we'll be happy to just kind of review it for you to see. Are they passing? Are you using Adobe or Common Look?
I don't have Common Look. I'm using Adobe, but I know Adobe does not catch everything. So I'm trying to do catch some of the things manually that I know Adobe doesn't catch.
Okay.
So but again, it will clear the Adobe check, but still not quite meet the accessibility standard. So I just want to back up, know that I've got everything correct.
Sure. We're happy to spot check a couple for you if you would like that.
Okay. Thank you.
And I'm using Common Look. Actually, right now, while I'm kind of learning Common Look, I'm kind of doing both. I'll open it in Adobe and see what errors it gives me, and then I'll go do it. I'll actually remediate it in Common Look, and then I'll take it back in Adobe and say, did it miss anything? And it never has yet.
Yeah, and for me, since I don't have Common Look, even if somebody uses Common Look to check it, I would rather be the one repairing things on my own, just so that I know what I need to be looking for in the future.
Absolutely.
So I don't necessarily want somebody to remediate it for me in Common Look. Just let me know if it's not clearing.
Sure, absolutely.
I did it. Did you guys see me? I did it. Did you guys see that I did the batch upload? It worked. See, look at this. I don't know why it worked, so I just added text and everything, but it worked. So that's how you guys do it if you guys are paying attention. I'm going to delete these now because, they don't need to be on the sandbox. But if you guys want me to show you again, feel free to drop by our open office hours, and I'll be happy to show you to you again.
Are there any other questions that we missed? I caught all these questions. Any more questions at all? No, then we'll give you some time back. I appreciate you coming today, and thanks Kevin and Jessica for the updates. Have a good Thursday and Friday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.